Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Mir Klimp, good morning. Let's switch over to... Okay, that seems to be okay with the camera. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for it to figure out what's going on. Sometimes it's fine. All right, so I think I got everything set up here. Oh, you know what? I didn't set up my dashboard. I will do that right now. So the plan for today is to continue to implement the heart into our chat versus streamer game. So if we take a look at that, where are we? Here we are. If we look at what we have right now, nope, didn't want to come over here. I got a, as I mentioned on Sunday, I don't know if you were here on Sunday, but I mentioned we were going out to get a kitty cat, and we did get one, but he's a little bit skittish right now, and so he's sort of coming in and out of the room. So maybe one of these days I'll be able to pick him up and show him off on stream. But you might hear his meows as he runs around looking for people to play with. Okay, so where was I? Right, I was gonna run this and we're gonna take a look at what we got. Streamer game, cargo run here. Okay, so we're basically adding this heart, and as we might tell with the details we have on these, the heart is not quite as nice. It's because I made it myself. You wanna? No? Okay. I reached down to him and he just books it out of the room. Okay. So we haven't set up so the heart can drop yet, but we have it so we can create a heart as a game object. So I think that's what's going to be next. So we want to create the heart as a game object when you use the heart command and have it drop down. So let's just have it maybe just appear here first. So that means we need, I believe, a draw system for that. Let's go take a look at what we need for that. Basically, in our commands, we're going to need a heart here. It's not that. Where's the enum? This. So we're going to have a heart. And that means that for all of these, we need to do something with it. And then we also need this up here. So heart, you're going to be okay. Some command. All right, command type is command type heart ID and chatter. Okay, so that handles actually having a heart command. Stacking, good morning, hello. Then I want to, let's see, we have all of these now need to be updated. So for example, for heart, I think this was like a 1.5. You're starting to get good with that? Yeah. Oh yeah, you got one right in the center. Awesome. Let's see, command type heart. I think we wanted something like 1.5 for that. So this is the scale. The sprite heart. We do want to give it a sprite. All right, so context. its path is going to be, I think, just slash heart.png. Sprites across, we have 1. Sprites down, we have 1. And that's it. Okay. Physics system. Let's not give it a physics system right now. So command type snake. Oh, I don't think I can do no physics system, can I? Right. I think because I think what we decided was this has to return a box. And it's either going to be a box dine or a none. So that's a thing. Let's actually change. Now, where is get physics being used? So we have physics system here, and then we just put like some physics system. If I change this to we just store like physics system like this, and then this will return a sum for it, an option. That would probably be better. So here, let's actually option that has this in it, which means you are a sum. I want you just multi-cursor this. Like that, and then you should be happy with everything, and then I want you to be a heart, and you are a none. So that allows me to basically do these one at a time. What happened? I didn't notice it, and did you hit below the waterline? Because I've seen that before where it can like hit below the waterline. You were a good 2 inches short and it still counted. Interesting. That one didn't though, and you were like still a little bit short. Okay, so we have that. Let's do the same thing for, let's see, our life system. We're gonna say that we're gonna return an option. Match with you. Okay, so for all of you, we're gonna have a sum. Do that. So you're happy until, let's see, command type heart, none for right now. All right, let's, then up here, obviously we don't want this sum. And that gives us that. Okay. So no errors with this. And I wonder if this will now like have, we're using just a generic game object draw system. We are. Okay, so I think what this means is it will appear in the right place. It won't move yet, but it should appear. So let's go ahead and try running this. Where are you hiding? Did you just hear a cat? You did. We got a cat yesterday. We talked about it a little bit on Sunday. He's a little bit shy, but so he's running around on this floor, and then he'll sort of get a little bit lost, want to like hang around us. I'm not able to hang around him right now, and then he'll just cry a little bit. So my wife came in and grabbed him. Well, looked at him and he ran to her. Okay, so let's try a heart. You tried a heart, Mir Clemp, and I didn't see one appear. Let's try heart like 5. Yeah, okay, so that that doesn't appear we're sort of expecting it to be, so... Oh, did I just break everything? I'm not seeing any, Yeah, we're not seeing anything now. So, like, if I do fire, like, 5... Oh, yeah, okay, so... That broke everything. We didn't get a chat message. Say Michan? I mispronounced that horribly. But hello, good morning. Yeah, so this is... Oh, when we started it, we didn't get one, did we? Let's try this again. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so it apparently just didn't connect to chat properly. So that's interesting. We'll want to fix that. All right. So we got the heart appearing here. So the next thing I want to do is have it fall. Okay. So that means we need a physics system for it. Let's go ahead and create. This is going to be heart physics. Twitch IRC isn't the most spec compliant, reliable. Yeah, unfortunately, I have noticed that, which is a little bit sad. All right, obstruct. This is going to be heart physics. We want it to fall down, which means we're going to want to have a velocity, velocity X for this. This will be an F32. Then we're going to have an implementation for it, heart physics, and then that's going to give us, we're going to just create a new one. So pub function new, we're going to return a self velocity X. We're going to set this to 0.0. Then we're going to have our impl physics. Is it physics system or is it just physics? It's physics system. For heart physics. And therefore, now it's going to yell at us until we implement. We need, debug. So we need to implement debug. And then we're missing update. All right, so we get all of these fun things. And then return a result. What type of result is this? This is just it's a normal result. It's not an error result. You mainly stream projects written in Rust. I'd say like mainly, yeah, I main Rust on this channel. To use more game terminology. I have like delved out into other languages. Like for example, I do PHP professionally at work. So I've done like some PHP in Laravel on the stream. I've done, like I do a lot of JavaScript, especially if I do like a front end type stuff. Although we're learning WebAssembly on Fridays. So that might we might do more of that instead of JavaScript. That might be fun. You enjoy that autofill for function signatures? That was nice. Yes, that's one of my favorite things about, what is it? The Rust Analyzer, as opposed to RLS. I mean, especially because it gives me self. That was like RLS one autofills a bunch of it, but doesn't autofill a self, which is like, what's the point? All right, so if I want to do this, all I want to do is have our location. So we're going to increase self dot velocity x plus equals gravity force, and then location dot y plus equals self dot velocity x. U should not be velocity x. This is going downwards. This needs to be velocity y to make any kind of sense. And that should have it just fall down. It'll fall below the bottom of the screen, but that's going to be fine. And then we want to return an OK to make the result happy. But you're not a normal result. You are an error, aren't you? You don't know how to... You don't know where to find this. Okay. Use error result. That'll make you happy. Okay, and then I need all of these things. I also love the auto bring in with control dot here. Import context from GGEZ. I do have to save between each one because Rust Analyzer doesn't run on its own. It runs on save. Okay, and then that brings us all of this stuff, and we should be fine. Okay, so everything should just fall down for our heart now. So let's go ahead and run this. So if I do a heart, oh no, oh wait. You know what? One a thing that I completely forgot to do. I forgot that if we create a physics system, we have to use the physics system. So let's go ahead and hub use heart physics, that exports it out. Then inside of command, oh, you know what? We probably need this in the lib to export that too. So physics, heart physics. Using functions, I have to use them. Who would have thought? I know, it's crazy. Someone would have thought that maybe I should, you know, just work by just telling it what to do. Instead of none here, we're gonna do a sum box new heart physics, bring that in, new, like that. So that should give us the heart physics. Let's go ahead and try it now. There we go, and so it falls down. It falls down at the same speed as everything else. It's not hitting the, it's not sticking to the ground. So here's a game design question. The heart gives me a life. Should it hit the ground and stay there? Or should it just like be it falls, and if I miss it, I miss it. Like I have to go like get it. In other words, what's the balance of this gonna be? I think I could make it, I think it's better to just make it fall. I'm thinking maybe make it fall, but at half the speed. And then once it reaches the ground and it goes, it's gone. So let's cut the speed in half. So we're just going to divide you by 2.0. Okay, so that will increase our velocity. It'll fall a lot slower now. That'll give me time to react, but once it reaches the bottom, we want it to die. So that means we need a life system for it. So let's go ahead and create a life system. Let's see. I don't know if I need anything in this at all. I may not even need any storage. I like to keep it consistent, so I'll still create the new on it. But let's come back here and like export it. And I'll head over to the library and also export it from here. I guess I don't need it. Need these re-exported from here. It'll grab it automatically from the appropriate spot. So that's good. Okay, so we have Heart Life System. Let's impl on Heart Life System. So I'm just gonna return self right now. I'm doing this pattern here because if I ever like do add any data into it, I don't need to change self here. I don't need to go somewhere else and like, oh, now tell it to call new. It'll make it a little bit easier for us. And let's also implement life system for Heart Life System. We're gonna need to derive debug. And we need is alive, hit, and update. Is alive, hit, update. Okay, so is alive is gonna be true until it's below the ground. And so we see here screen size. Okay, so it does look like we're gonna need some kind of, because in the update we could get the screen size, but in is alive we just have this. So let's go ahead and we could store this as a tuple. Or just like this. I don't think it really matters. We could basically just have it above, like on screen. And you're a Boolean. And so is alive, we're just going to return self.onScreen. If we're on screen, we are alive. Hit, there's nothing, well, right now there's nothing to do with when we get hit. We need to bring in a rectangle. And let's see, no longer need a semicolon there. Self now needs an on screen. That's true. For this one, we want to say if our location, so we know that we can only fall downwards. So if location.y, if the top of this is below the ground. So if location.y, if that's greater than screen size.1, then we want to say self.onScreen equals false. And that's that. All right. So then all we have to do is implement this for ourselves. So let's head back to command. Okay, for our life system. What is this? Heart life system. New like that. Okay, so that makes you happy. And I think everything else is going to be exactly the same. Did I make it so we can see that? Did I comment it out, or did I just remove the code? We're in update here. Yeah, okay. So what I want to do here is we're basically just going to comment out like and show what our what the number of objects we have in a game objects are, and then we can comment this out every single time. You know what I want to do okay. I kind of want to create a, up here at the top, a constant. So const display display debug like prints display debug or maybe just debug. So if I do that with a just a boolean and we set this to true to begin with, then down here in update, right below we would do this retain, we can check to see if, oh, I think this is where I can use the config finally. Because if I do config, wait, it does not. Oh, so CFG will remove code. So that's what I want to do. But how can I say? I want to create a file. I think there's a way for me to say like, hey, if like that boolean is set to true, then I want like the rest of this to work. So basically, at that point, I would want this code block, which would be if debug, if debug, then print line game object count, and then we're going to do self dot game objects dot length. So if I do that, and if can I say debug? No. So I don't think I can do that. I don't think you are happy with that. But maybe you're gonna work. I don't get any errors with this. Let's go ahead and run it and see if we actually get the debug counts. I don't. Okay, so it's stripping out the code. So what this config does is it actually strips out and removes this code if this isn't true, like if it isn't like what we want it to be. Unfortunately, this is not. Yeah, I need to figure out how to properly use it. So right now I'm gonna have to just leave this gone. You'll be fine. Let's go ahead and run you. And here we have game object count 1. If I create a heart, oh wait, did that not work? Did the other ones work? No, none of them work. I got the message that we started, or was that not this one? Was that like a previous one that I did? Let's try it again. 2, back to 1 again. Okay, so it drops and then it dies away. That still feels pretty fast. I might want to like reduce its speed like by a quarter. Heart physics, let's divide that by 4. All right, but now it falls down and it dies. As soon as it reaches it, like goes off the screen. I also want to be able to hit it with the player. So I want to be able to run into it. So what does that mean? If the player hits it, so I can check I could either check into player or I can check into heart. Let's probably do this better here because in physics system I have access to my own life system. So I think this works better. So as a player, I get all the collidable game objects. So the heart is included with that. If I collide with it, then I want to increase my life by 1. Okay, so here let's say game object get colliding with. So here I think we can figure out which game object I am colliding with them. So if it's a heart, so if, I bet I'm gonna have to implement partial equal for command. I wonder if I've already done that. It's not command, it's command type. If command type heart is equal to the game object dot my type, it's not yelling at me yet. Now it is. Is that because it doesn't implement expected enum command type found enum game object type? Oh, we want game object type. Game object type. What do we have you for that? Player enemy interface. So I'm gonna want to add a new one here. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. Because right now it's thinking that it's an enemy. So I don't want this to be an enemy. I want this to be essentially a heart. So this is not going to be command type. This is going to be game object type heart. If that's equal to that, then I want to tell the life system to increase my life count. My life system is alive, hit, and update. So we want to hit the heart, but instead of us going -1, I guess like we want to create another function here. So let's add in for life system is alive, hit, and update. Is alive, hit, and update. Let's add in function gain life. And I don't think I need anything else. That'll just be it. Which of course means I need to implement this for every single one of these. So gain life. Let's do the player life system. Well, we could do it first, just in case there's something else we need to do with it. Gain life. Okay, so for you, we want you to do self dot lives plus equals to 1. So that will increase your life count, and I think that should be it fine. So then in our physics system, if we hit this, we're gonna do life system dot gain life, like that. No method. Wait a second. Gain life, you're here. I guess I need to fix the rest of these first. Okay, so now our life system. Oh, it's because that's an option. We need to figure out if we have an option. Okay, I see. So if some chatter, game object, chatter. We want to send that we hit the object. Player hit object. You're already doing that down. Yeah, I wonder. Okay, so we want this essentially in here. If we've hit, we've collided with an object, so we've got the game object now that we're colliding with, and we have a life system. So if the object that we collided with is a heart, we want to do player life system dot gain life. Otherwise, we want to be hit by that. Bear Duda, hello, good morning. Okay, so I think that will make me gain life that way. What I can do is inside this not mod, in a player life system, let's on every update here. I don't think I can. You know what? I can get. No, wrong lib. Can I public this? Or does it not matter? Like, will I be able? Oh, I don't think I need to public it. I think I'll just be able to gain access to it. So in our life system, player life system here, in update, I want to use. Is this still kill the streamer? It is. If debug, import that. Then I want to print line player has lives left. You missed so much. What is the snake? Oh, you'll see. Can you write config debug like config test? I tried that and I wasn't working for me. So I would love to be able to do something like that. Self.lives. We can try it again. Let's run this first. See if that code that we just did it works. So yeah, I've now have a snake and we're implementing a heart. You're doing feature type stuff. You can use it with config thingy. Yeah, but it doesn't strip out the code, which is kind of what I was hoping to do. So if I do, let's here, I'll show you the snake. Snake 9, we drop it down, it then comes towards the player, hits the player. We now have 2 lives left and we see that here. If I drop a heart, it killed me. So the heart killed me. That's not. It's not exactly what you want out of the heart. Let's see. So in the player physics, if the game, oh, you know what? We're not setting it. It's not setting to type heart. It's setting to type enemy. And that's because in command, you can write config debug assertions. Where did you find that? Because I was looking for that before and I couldn't see it. Heart life system. Wait, where? Player life system. Here it is. So if I do this instead, oh, what? Interesting. I don't know which domain did you send that to, Mirclamp, and I can whitelist if it's good. Stack Overflow. Okay, hold on. Let me add that really quickly. Do commands. No, not commands. Spam protection. Options. Whitelist. stackoverflow.com. Okay, you should be able to post links to Stack Overflow now. Okay. Perfect. If I open you in here. You can use debug assertions as the appropriate flag. It works with both config attributes and the config macro. Debug assertions. Oh, nice. That's exactly what I want to do. And I think I can put it just before any piece of code or a block, I think, that I want to use. So instead of this if debug, I think I can do config, no, config debug assertions. Is that what it was? Config debug assertions. Like that. Get rid of you. Save you. And then I think what that means is that this next line, or it may have to be a block. This block will now no longer be included in non-debug mode. So if I run this again, we see, okay, player has 3 lives left. If I drop a snake, it doesn't have to be a block. Oh, nice. Okay. So then if I drop the snake, it then updates properly. Let's remove the block then. I don't have to be a block. And then if I run this in release mode, we'll get the game object count because that's just using our own kludgy system. But the lives, ooh, that does not like that at all. What happened? Right, of course. It can't find the. Let's see, which file could it not find? Sword.png. So right, I forgot that in GGEZ, we have this like target debug. We have all these resources here. I need to also add them in elsewhere. It'll be easier if I just use Windows Explorer for this. Let's go into code, builds, Rust workspace. So in here we have target, debug. How do I get the other view? I want the one, oh, I think that's only Mac. Okay, I want to do essentially this method. Rust workspace, target, debug, resources. Here's all the resources that we need for the debug mode. And then we have release resources. I need to take all of you and copy you to resources in here. Replace those files, that's fine. And then this should work. And so yeah, now we're only seeing game object count. So perfect. That's our way for us to strip out well, whatever code we don't want to make it into release, but still have our print lines, which is super, super, super nice. So let's go ahead and remove that kludgy system. So we have, actually, this is nice enough. I want to set up, let's see, configure Rust snippets. Okay, so this is gonna be, I guess like a config. Oh, let's see. Config debug only. Our prefix is going to be CFG debug. Description. Add a CFG that will strip out the following lines / code when not in debug mode. And then we have the body. So this one's pretty simple. Oh, that's the wrong one. Config debug assertions, and that's pretty much it. That's all I really care about. So if I do that at CFG debug, we can come back to our live.rs. We can remove this debug here. That causes an error down here. So if this debug, I want to replace you with config debug like that. Perfect. Easy. Or not? What happened? Semicolon. Oh, what happened? Where did I get that from? Okay, there we go. Now it's happy. Perfect. Okay, so with that being said, how are we going to, when we create a new object, we have to tell it what the game object type is here. So in our command, when we create a new type, we're always setting it to enemy. But we need to know specifically what it is. So it sounds like what we need to do is set this to be something like this. I'm gonna do a function get game object type is gonna return a game object type match on self.command type. So if our command type is a heart, we want to return a game object type heart. However, if it's literally anything else, we want to return a game object type of enemy. And then up here, we're going to use that function. Get game object type like that. Okay, so that should now give us the right life. Except I got 2 errors. Right, there's no create debug anymore because we got rid of that. So save you. Okay, no errors. Let's go ahead and run this and see what we get. We want to see our lives jump up. Ah, I wasn't ready. Sorry. Let's drop another heart. Too much. I jumped from 3 to 12 lives, and that's because every single frame that the heart was over my body, it like hit and increased. So that's good, but also maybe a little bit too much. We want to increase by 1 life. Danny Fritz, good morning. Let's see. So, how do I want to do this? In the player physics, when I hit the other object, I need to tell it that it's been consumed. Well, right now, okay, so the player, if the player hits with the heart, it gains a life. That's fine. But these are cloned game objects, so if I do anything with it, it's not actually going to affect the real game object. But in my heart life physics, I can check to see if I'm colliding with the player in here. So we can loop through the collidable game objects, extract the player out of it. So let's, if it's the player, then I think there's a find that I can use too. So kind of do that, like let player equals collidable game objects. It's a so it's a reference to a vector of game objects. So if I iterate that, and then I can do find, we'll have a predicate, and here we'll have the game object, and we want to, if the game object dot player type is the player, okay, so if game object dot my type, if that's equal to game object type player, so if that's true, then return that, and that gives me an option of a game object. Okay, so since that gives me an option of this, we can just come in and do an if let sum player like this equals you. Okay, now we have the player here. Now we check to see, are we colliding with the player? So then it's if our location dot overlaps with player, then we want to, this is our physics system. We want to tell our life system that we've been hit. So life system dot hit. Oh, life system is of course an option. So then the same thing here. We want to if let sum. I wish there was like a better way to do this. If let sum life system. I bet there is a better way for me to architect this. Equals life system. So just extract this out, but I don't want to crash it, and that's the big thing here. So I don't want to use an unwrap. Then, okay, now I have the life system, and we're overlapping. Okay, so then I want to say life system dot hit. Overlaps player, mismatch types found, expected reference, do graphics rect, found reference. Oh, this needs to be player dot location. Mismatch types expected. Just do graphics rec. Found struct. Oh, it needs to be a reference to it. You're fine there then. And then in our life system for the heart in hit, we can rename this to like is alive to be just alive, is true to begin with, and now when we hit it, we're just going to say self.alive equals false. When you get hit, you're done. Go away. And that way, I think we're going to immediately, like, we're only going to get one life now. So let's try this again. So here we are, 3 lives, 1 object. If we do a heart, it disappeared. I only have 3 lives left. I wonder, did it do the heart first? It did the heart first, I bet. Like when it looped through. But that doesn't make sense. Trout Soda, good morning. This is the GGEZ game engine. Let's see. We have 3 lives left still. We didn't get an extra life. Is that really because we failed to hit, or because my player physics, my player life system, did that not work correctly? It's like, did this not run or not? Let's do a config debug, print line, player gained a life. Here, like that. Okay, so if I do this, let's try this again, see if I gain a life. See if it runs that code or not. Up. Okay, I think it hit me. I go back. Okay, that's. I need to turn off. I need to turn off all the other debugs because those are not as nice. I guess what I could do is not do this with debug. So do that here, and then run this in release mode. And now make it so that we only have the print line for the heart. So let's try the heart again and see what, like, if that code runs. No, okay, that's our problem, is that code didn't run. Gain life did not run on the player life system. In the player physics, we have this player life system dot hit. Oh no, here. Okay, so if game object type equal is object game object my type. So it stopped working. Like we did gain lives. We did gain lives before we implemented the sort of like the go away. How do I want to handle that? So in my heart physics, if I overlap, I hit it with the life system. And that, let's see, that makes it disappear. I'm thinking, I'm guessing that this happens, I can send a hit from the, well, not exactly, no. So for these collidable game objects, it's a cloned vector list of game objects. So it's not the actual real game objects. And that's our problem here. What I could do is I can use channels to send information back and forth, like if necessary. Although that will be difficult with like how we're spawning in the entire life system for the command, for like the heart. How do I want to do this then? I don't want to like have any kind of kludgy weird system where like send out like, okay, you got hit. Okay, are we running update? What order are we running these in? That matters. In game object, in update here, we're doing a physics system update. And then we're doing draw system and life system. And the main library, here's where we're removing them. Okay, so for each game object. Game object. Okay, so here's where we're running update for each game object, and then we remove them from the list. Toggle bit. Hello, good morning. What exactly is going on with this? I want to maybe have game object. Toggle bit rating with a party of 49. Hello, welcome everybody, and Toggle bit saying hi before the raid. Awesome. How was your stream? How's everything going? Oh no, Nightbot's going crazy. Okay, I need to. Oops. Well, that's not good with Nightbot. Sorry about that. Okay, excess remote emotes. Let's disable that. Okay, disabled. You should be able to spam my chat with emotes now. Sorry about that. I just set up Nightbot recently to like help with the links, but I left a lot of the options on default, and so I'm sort of like figuring out which things I need to like fix and change. But everyone, welcome. It was tiring but fun. Well, that's cool. And Flopper the dance floor now. Well, now you can, because I just allowed you to all spam the chat with emotes. For some reason, we started learning Ada. Well, that's cool. I've heard of Ada, and that's it. Like, I don't really know anything about it besides that. All right, go fall over, have some sleep, get some rest, have a great day, and I'll see you at probably your next stream. But it looks like Rust again. Oh, that's cool. You walked away again. Toggle bit looks totally different. Yeah. Totally toggle bit now. All right. Let's see. Bear with the um, Bear gave me the emote. So Bear is the one who created this emote that we're using and gave it to me to use, which is it is an awesome, amazing emote. So thank you again, Bear, for that. Now, what we've been working on here is a chat versus streamer game. You didn't make it; you just Twitchified it. Yeah, I mean, you chopped it up, made it the right size, all that stuff, and then mirrored it for me. Yeah, exactly. Have you used GGEZ with WebAssembly? I have not. I didn't think that it was supported yet. I didn't see that it was, I saw it was like coming soon. Which has been coming soon for years, so I don't actually believe it's going to come soon. If I want to use WebAssembly, I probably want to just do things with the what is it, Canvas on in the browser directly. Maybe make my own game engine, Snarfall the Garflog, something like that. All right, so we have life system happening last in here, draw system, and then we have this update that's happening in game objects. That seems to be the correct source. I don't think it was officially. I was hoping you might have figured something out. I didn't try, really. There's a lot of stuff that GGZ brings in, and I can totally see that some of those aren't going to be viable, like compatible with it, because it tries to bring in things that like directly affect the screen or like the graphics card, and it's probably going to be a completely different system to go to WebAssembly. So I'm not surprised about that. Bevy might be able to do that. I don't know if Bevy has. I think they're still coming soon with that, but they might have a plan. Okay, so a lot of that is controlled based upon the target. Ooh, nice. So maybe it's not as hard as I think. I haven't looked at the GGEZ source code for that side of things, so I have no idea. Now what we're trying to do is we're trying to make it so that I can drop a heart. And let's go ahead and play the game, since a lot of you may or may not have seen this. We're going to do cargo run. This is a chat versus a streamer game. So I'm the streamer down here on the bottom. I control this. You all can drop hearts to keep me alive. Snakes to hit me. You got me with that one. Swords to bounce around and hit me, and flame. And you have until this bar drops out before I would win. And it's been lots of fun sort of adding these different things that act differently. I'm supposed to be able to get lives when I hit the heart, but we don't have that working right now. We kind of almost had it working, but now I wonder if I could also, if I have an ID. Oh, you like the sword animation? Yeah, that's been pretty cool, pretty fun to work with. It sometimes looks a bit weird because I'm having the same game object rotate like the almost that combination of like snakes and swords is really tough. I've been getting better at avoiding things though. Like, it used to be when I played this, you just drop one sword and then I just die to it. But I won! All right. Okay, so what we're trying to figure out is how to make it so that I can get life from the heart, but only once. And once you pass the test and pay for your entry, the rules get fudged. Oh, right, because I think you have less. Certain people have less, like, are able to do more chats per second because they've been like added as VIPs or they spend bits. I don't know what Twitch's rules for that are. We'll probably want to like add something in to the game to handle that, since Twitch doesn't really handle that properly ourselves. Or I can have Nightbot deal with it. But Nightbot like has a bad habit of just banning you if you violate the rules. And I don't necessarily want to ban. Okay, so I want to get life from the heart and consume the heart when I get that. We have, okay, so this is, we update the life system. That's what happens here. Oh, the physics system for the heart happens here. But also the physics system for the player happens here too. You could also rate limit in the game. That's a good amount of added code. Yeah, exactly. So I have to figure out like where I want to do that. Like my initial thought, my initial game plan was to have Twitch rate limit it, and it like depending upon what type of Twitch viewer you are, you have a different rate limit. So it's not fair. So now I have to like deal with code or just have Nightbot be very like strict. And if I want to like, if other people want to play with this, then obviously I would need to put it in the game. So our physics system, so like we're going through all of the game objects and we're running update on it. We run our physics system, we run our draw system, and we run our life system. It's our physics system. We have a player physics. Where is that? Player physics. Here's where we gain life in the player physics system. But at the same time, in the heart life system, we have update here. Then we just set our is alive is false, which then causes it to move away. I wonder if I want... If I have it go away the next frame. So like if I do something a little bit kludgy, like alive is true, die next frame. If this is also, I guess we're gonna say false, die next frame is a Boolean. Okay, so if I do that, then is alive is still based on is alive. Hit, okay, so when we get hit, we want to say self dot die next frame equals true. If we're off the screen, we're just immediately dead. That's fine. But then also in update, we want to say if self dot die next frame, if that's true, because I think this will happen. Then I want to do self dot alive. You know what would be good is let's see, die in. Die in, have this be a U8. do die in. We'll start you at 0. We'll start you at like 2. Hit. So when we get hit, we want to self dot die in. And we reduce that. So minus equals to 1. And if self die in is equal to 0, self alive equals to false. Which then it'll get removed and we shouldn't ever underflow for that. But let's try running this and see what happens. Like do I get my player life? So we can see our player has 3 lives down here. Let's drop a heart and I'll try to grab it. Oh, it didn't work. It didn't start. Sometimes this happens where like Twitch chat, it doesn't see it that time. I wonder if it's because of like when I exit out, if it's not sending a proper exit statement. There it goes. I got to 4 lives left. Perfect. Okay, so that gives me a life count. Excellent. So that's a kludgy way of having it work, but it works. So I'm happy about that. I'm betting when I exit the game, I need to like have it properly kill its connection to Twitch chat. Because I bet sometimes it like if I wait long enough, I bet it would work. But okay, so now that's interesting. I got an extra life, but the message that got sent out is the wrong message. So in player physics, I really want to say okay, so get the chatter. Oh, player. Okay, so we have like player hit object. That's a. Where is that? Player hit object, send the chatter. The chatter's just default named to owned. No message. And then I think in our main library, we have, okay, so hit object event here. We get hits, send to chat, message to chat. The player is hit by, the player has so many lives left. I don't want you. Okay, so we're still like this still has like a lives left in here. We don't need that. We're using a different lives left. So lives left, we don't want you. We don't want you. We don't want to do that, but we do need to extract and get the player's lives left. And I wonder if I can say like what, like if let's see, we have chatter name, try receive. Okay, so I'm just passing in chatter name. Also, I get a shield when he hit the heart. I think that's in here too. It's like self.damage cooldown. I want to remove this. I don't want to do damage cooldown. We don't have this lives left thing anymore. So if I just do... If I just do this, the streamer was hit by chatter name. Oh, that's fun. So there's lives left. Okay, so basically I need this to be outside of here. Winning, okay, we need to figure out how to set the winning player. Well, I showed lives in interface. Yeah, I want to show lives in the interface. That's actually what I want to do. Okay, so this means that I can't have a winning player yet. So basically, I need to check through here if the player, because I have a life system here, player life system. We remove this. We have is alive. So if we are removed, if we're no longer in the game objects, we're dead. Like it's over. So we can search the game objects for us. So if none equals self.game objects.find iter dot find game object. So then in here I want game object dot my type, if that's equal to game object type player. So if we can't find, if none equals, so if we can't find this, then we're dead. Like it's over. And then come on, this code comes into here. And this doesn't need to happen anymore. So the game is over when I no longer exist. Winning player equals the chatter name. So that's interesting. So we're gonna want to, every time I get hit, so I probably don't want to like have a chatter name. Let's just do someone. It's just a string, I think. Expected struct. Oh, it expected struct chatter. Okay. Let's do chatter new. Name is a string, so we'll just do someone. To owned. And a color has to be U8, U8, U8. So if I just do like 50, 25, 200. So if I do that, and now we play and I die. If none, because we don't have partial equal. Oh, interesting. Self dot. Wait a second. Oh, this would be if let. Wait a second. Let me think about this. Self that game state. If we find the player, what are you returning? Find. Okay, hold on. Let's do an if let. Yeah, so it's an option. But I guess I can't get that. Okay, so if. Oh, I need an equals. I can't do if Yeah, this is Rust FMT. Hold on, let's make this, take away this side thing. Okay, so if none equals. No, because I don't want to assign into none. I guess I can do if let none. There we go. That's how we work it. Then this happens. No errors. Let's see if this runs. Okay, it works. Or brackets. Did I miss brackets? All right, so I'm not dying. Oh, I did die. And someone won. Okay. So I did die, but it didn't make me fade away. I did have like the time, like I had the time where I was invincible. So I had the iframes. It just didn't show those iframes, and it showed like all these streamer hits, but Wait. Oh, there is a none. Oh, I keep on forgetting is none is a thing. That would clean this up a lot. So if I do self is this dot is none, then that makes it a little bit nicer. Nice. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So we have a player draw system, I believe. Oh no, we don't. We have a game object draw system. And it's like opacity. Oh, we're passing in like the iframes into draw here. So we have that. Let's take a look at how close we are in the README. Okay, so I don't have the instruction area that shows helping versus attacking the streamer. Have the drop, have the heart drop to the ground and stay for 10 seconds. We actually changed this, have the heart drop slowly. Have the heart slowly. So we have that. When the streamer hits the heart gains a life. We have that. When the streamer hits the heart dies. We also have that. Display streamer lives left in the instruction area. So we don't have that. So, okay, I still need these two things left to do. And I also, in polish, need to like fix the show player iframes by setting opacity low. Okay, so I'll add that into polish so we don't forget that. So we're really close to being done with this. At least we're close to like feature complete with it, and then it's just gonna be polish. Which the polish is almost equal, like the number of polish tasks is almost equal to the number of like feature tasks. That's always fun in the game. It actually shows how much goes into polishing. Okay, so we need to add those two things in. It is 8:30, which is normally the time that I have to end because I do need to go to work. So I'm gonna close up all of these, make sure nothing's still unsaved. No warnings, so that's a good sign. Although, you know what? Do I have a warning and maybe I just shouldn't? Let's go to like a fire life system. Here we go. Here's our warnings. Let's fix all these. Okay, so constant max iframes. This, for example, we don't need this in the main library. That's all going to be handled inside of heart something, like the life system, I think, for the player. We don't, So we're not using the screen size, we're not using the context or the rotation. We're not using the command type anymore, just the game object type. That's all of these. Okay, so there you go. Let's go ahead and open up Get Kraken. I'm going to send all this code up to GitHub. It's all open source, so if you want to take a look at it, tinker around, it's absolutely, I'd absolutely love. And if you want to like add any requests, like feature requests to it, you can open up an issue or send me a message, or any other number of things, and I'll make sure to add it to the README here. Okay, so we did work in progress, adding the heart. Heart is giving us a life. Still need to set up instructions properly and show lives left on the stream. All right, so we've got that. Push. Oh, as Danny suggested, it might be a great Hacktoberfest project, right? Because Hacktoberfest is starting in like a week and a half. We'll everybody be going for getting a T-shirt by doing pull requests to open source projects. So I think that's a great idea. Thank you, Danny. I'll definitely create some issues, and if any of you want to create some issues, I'll go ahead and like decide which ones are good for beginners, and I'd be happy to like do some pair programming streams to help people get their T-shirt. All right, so I've got you all done. Let's go ahead and you know what? I've got a link to the repo. Here's the first link in here, and let's go ahead and take a look at the Rustaceans team. It's been like a week since we raided Mr. Halsey, so let's go ahead and set up a raid to Mr. Halsey here. Mr. Halsey is doing game dev in Rust in Godot. So he's using the extension plugin, whatever, that allows him to program Rust in Godot. It's pretty cool. That's the wrong one. And he's not on break right now. Perfect. Which I've accidentally done that a few times before. Raided him right when he began like a long break. So let's go ahead and set up a raid to Mr. Halsey. Start that. I am going to switch over to my ending screen. Thank you everybody so much for stopping by and watching the stream. Also, thank you for coming in with the raid. I am doing these streams every single weekday morning from 7 a.m. Mountain Time to around 8:30 a.m. Monday through Thursday, I'm working on this game right now until that's done. It's sort of like my main project time. Also on Fridays, it's Exploration Fridays. I've been going through and learning WebAssembly with Rust, which has been a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to like continuing to explore that. And then Sundays is a tutorial or course or education or teaching, whatever word I want to use. Sundays, I'm creating an Introduction to Rust course during that time, and those are longer streams because I don't have work afterwards. Although I don't necessarily begin at 7 a.m. So if you want notifications for when I go live, follow me here on Twitch, or you can follow me on Twitter. And with that, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.